from the Gita. So already 3 units are over. Fourth is now it is starting, and the last two will be there. Like within 2002, something like within 6 months we will be ending up 6 to 8 months maximum. So it is like my humble request to all of you that please make your video cameras on. Last time, a couple of times, Chaitanya Prasad was also requesting me that the team members or the participants are not making their camera on. But it is a policy of the BBRB that it is like very serious course. Japanese the course for the is not for just getting a degree certificate for this, but it is for learning the. So the attendance also matters. 80% attendance is required examination. So I will be strict on these two principles. First of all, making the video cameras on and regularly attending the course. Then only that person will be allowed to be appear for the examination. Here we are in the 7th chapter. There are 6 chapters are there in this unit. 7 to 12 chapters are there. So and around 36 hours teaching is there. So as per the understanding goes that three sessions for one chapter. We will be having like that. But 7th, 9th and 12th chapter will be taking much time. So and 8, 10 and 11 chapters will not be taking much of time. So the 7th chapter I will be taking four sessions. 9th chapter also I will be taking three sessions or something like that. So 18 classes will be there. Maximum 19 or 20 it may happen. But I will be trying to finish that within 18 sessions only. So this is a presentation I made it for you. It is a link between the 6th chapter and the 7th chapter. Gita is also been divided into the 3 things: Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojan. The first 6 chapters can be called as a Sambandha, where who are we, what are the Jivatmas, and what is the material nature, what is the relationship between the Jivatma and material nature. That is established in the first 6 chapters. Then the Abhidheya process. Abhidheya is a process. Sambandha is a relationship, Abhidheya is a process, and Prayojan is a goal. So the real thing, the Bhakti, is starting in the 7th chapter onwards. 7th, 9th, and 12th is the Bhakti Vishesha classes, Bhakti Vishesha chapters are there. And moreover, like 9th chapter and 12th chapter is about the pure devotional service. 7th is a mixed devotional service, some extent. So why Krishna started this 7th chapter with first shloka Mayyasakta Manapartha Yogam Janmadashriya? There is a shloka comes in the 6th chapter, 47th shloka. That shloka is Yoginam api sarvesham madgatir antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yoma samay yuktatma mata. Krishna is describing the yoginam api sarvesham madgater antaratma. Those who are worshipping me, madgater antaratma, shraddhavan bhajate yoma. Here the first time the bhaja is coming. So the bhaja is it is called as the bhakti visheshana. Bhaja only can, just one echo is coming. I will just see that. Just 1 minute. Why the echo is coming? So, from the 6th chapter, 47th shloka, there is a like the bhakti Krishna wanted to introduce. So that's why he quoted this shloka. I'm telling you about the yogas, asanas, ashtanga yoga, but yoginam api sarvesham madgater antaratmana. The person who, the real yogi who meditates on me internally, shraddhavan, and how it is like the shraddha, with the faith. Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam. It is been said it is mam. To me, he is worshipping. That personality is for that Shraddhavan Bhajate Yomam Samay Yukta Tamomata. Krishna is saying that as per my understanding goes, he is the supreme yogi. He is the best of the yogis. Somebody can read this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pada, what he says that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare. Just as Prabhu, please continue.
Thank you, Prabhu. In your statement at the end of the last chapter, Yoginam api sarvesham, I have understood that you have indicated the unique quality of your own devotee who absorbs his mind in you, madgaten antaratmana, and has faith in you. But what type of devotee is he? One would expect that he is qualified with knowledge, gnana, and realization, vijnana. The Lord then answers in 2 verses. Answer. Realization is proportionate to the intensity of worship. Mai ashakta.
Baldev Vidyabhushan.
Okay. Though Arjuna did not ask about what type of form should be worshipped and how to absorb the mind in that object, Madgaten antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam. After these were mentioned by the Lord at the end of the last chapter, the Lord, eager to describe this out of his merciful nature, now begins to speak.
So it is like the Gita, it is internal dialogues and external dialogues are also there. There are certain questions that have been asked openly by the Arjuna, and that has been answered. But there are certain questions may arise in the mind of Arjuna. So the Krishna understood that, and he himself has started that answer. So if I spoke 6.47, Krishna must be thinking that Arjuna may be getting the questions. Before he asks the question, he has introduced the topic like that. So like the Gita is not only a question answer extrovertly, but it is internal question answers are also there. So that's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad and Baldev Vidyabhushan, they are very expert to understand the mind of Arjuna and Krishna also. Why Krishna spoke this shloka? Because Arjuna might get some questions in his heart. So the Krishna is answering in advance. Or else it may go lengthy. Arjuna is asking the questions, then again the Krishna is answering that. Krishna doesn't want too much lengthy dialogues. He says that I know that I am the Paramatma inside your heart. I know that what sort of questions you may be getting, or in the future the people may also get it. So that's why. So there is an overview. Now, chapter 7 sections are being made. 7.12 or 7.3, knowing Krishna in fully by hearing about him. How to know about Krishna? There is a process. So the process is hearing. 7.4 to 7.12. Knowing Krishna as the source of both the material and spiritual energies. So there are some shlokas which will be mentioning about that Krishna is the source of material and spiritual. Please unmute yourself. Arvind Pro, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
So knowing Krishna as the source of both the material and the spiritual energies. So it is 7.4 to 7.12. 7.13 and 14, these are shlokas. The modes are controlled by the Krishna, therefore surrender. Wherever the person, whichever the modes are there, it has been ultimately controlled by the Krishna. So that's why it is either you can surrender, or it will be controlled by Krishna. So it is a voluntary surrender is required, or else we will be controlled by the material nature. 7.15 to 19, the impious lack knowledge and never surrendered to Krishna. So there are 4 types of people: those who don't surrender to Krishna, and there are 4 types of people: those who surrender to Krishna. 22, 25, others who have no knowledge, those who surrender to demigods. There are the people, those who are not knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or they don't want to know much about that. They are not showing that much interest. So they, for the tiny puny things, they would like to surrender to demigods. So they are doing indirect surrender to Krishna. Those who are impersonalists, those who are aversionist of the Krishna's form, Krishna's existence, they don't wanted to surrender this to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but there is some impersonal thing they would like to understand more, and their interest is that. 7.26 to 30, the bewilderment of the living entity and his freedom through knowledge of Krishna. So these are the sections which will be covering in our discussion. Somebody can go through the chart. Please, whatever we have discussed, the sections, it has been made into the chart like that. So we will be going to the first shloka. Please repeat after me. Maya sakta mana partha.
Maya sakta mana partha.
Yogam yunjanmadashraya.
Yogam yunjanmadashraya.
Asamshayam samagram mam.
Asamshayam samagram mam.
Yatha nyasasita shruno. Now please read the translation.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I will read. Translation 7.1. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt."
Yeah. Baldev Vidyabhushan.
Baldev Vidyabhushan translation. The Lord said, "With your mind attached to me, establishing a relationship with me, surrendered to me alone, you will know me in my complete form, without doubt." Please listen.
Yeah. So Maya Sakta Mana Partha. This Maya Sakta. Says it has been spoken to Partha, Arjuna, but it is for everyone. You should become asakta. Asakta means attached. There is a nature of the living entities to get attached. There are the personalities like the brahmacharis, grahasthas, vanaprasthas, and the sannyasis. Sannyasis has to be totally detached. One word is for the sannyasi. So it's detached. For the grahasthas, it is attached. They're attached. The attachment is not there for the grahastha. Then the grahastha will behave like a sannyasi. That is the nature of the ashram is to be attached. And if the sannyasi is behaving like the grahastha, then it is a mismatch. He has to be detached. The grahastha has to be attached with the responsibilities and some extent to the material facilities, some extent. That extent, like sometimes the people don't understand what is the some extent and what is the extent I have to be attached. But it depends to the person to person. But that person should understand, am I going very close or very much attached with the material nature and material facilities? That one person understands for himself. It is Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Yukta Vairagya. The Yukta Vairagya principle should not be too much exploited by the grahasthas. Asakti is there. Like the sannyasi in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, he is not a tyagi. He's a sannyasi where he has to be attached with the lotus feet of the Lord. Brahmachari, personality like the brahmachari should be Brahman Acharit, means like Brahman Charana is like Brahmacharati, ethical brahmachari, who will be always submerge his consciousness in the Supreme Brahman, or understanding at least thoroughly that I am not this body, I am the soul. Brahman means it is soul. Brahman means sometimes it is called as a soul, sometimes it is called as the super soul. So the both, like the Brahman, the brahmachari should understand. Is I should behave like I am not the body, I am the soul. And I have to concentrate on the super soul. Vanaprastha has to be in a mode of detachment more and leaving the attachment. And the grahastha is attached to some extent, but in a way that he should be not externally or superficially attached. Means like he is superficially attached, not giving a heart to this material nature. As a responsibility, he has to play a role of an attached person. So the Krishna says that from this attachment to the attachment to me, it is required, and it is this sort of attachment is for everyone, whether you are a clay brahmachari or grahastha. Gruhe thako vane thako sada hari bole dako. Whether you live in your home, like you are a Grihastha, whether you live in a vana, in a forest, Sadahari Bole Daku, you always chant the holy name of the Lord. Maya Sakta Mana Partha, Yogam Yunjan Madasharya, Asamshayam Samagrama, Yathanya Siddhashruna. So we will be seeing the shloka very in depth. The next slide. Somebody can read this.
Okay, I will continue, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Knowing Krishna in full by hearing about him. 1 to 3 shlokas. Krishna requests Arjuna to hear of both his material and spiritual energies and declares that the transcendentalist who succeeds in truly knowing him is most rare.
Yeah. So it is a flow chart. Somebody can, or else I will only talk about this flow chart. The text 1, Lord Krishna explains how to know him by the process of hearing. There is one word has come in this shloka, tashrunu. So that's why the whole thing is revolving around this word as a tashrunu. The whole shloka is revolving around the word tashrunu. Maya sakta mana partha yogam yunjan madashraya. Asamshayam samagramam yatha nyasati tashrunu. Krishna is ordering, hear, wait and hear, tashrunu. Krishna is ordering Arjuna, hear about me. So where the people ask the question, where Krishna has told that we have to read Gita. Here it has been mentioned, tashrunu. I am ordering you that. Please hear. Give your ears to me. Give your ears to my understanding and my katha. Don't speculate too many things. Tashrunu. Lord Krishna is divided into the absolute truth, the supreme personality of God. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. The shloka comes as Vadanti tat tattva vidastatvam yajnanam advayam. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagwaniti Shabdati. 1.2.11. The supreme absolute truth is been divided into 3. The understanding goes like that. The impersonal Brahman, the Paramatma localized aspect of the Lord, and the Bhagwan, the supreme personality of God. The example comes at the sun rays, sun disk, and the supreme personality, or as the personality of the sun. The another example comes in the mind is like train light, train bogies, and the persons sitting inside the train. So by different yoga processes, one can understand the living entity as the spirit soul. By the different yoga processes, he can understand the things. What are the things he can understand, and what are the ways, and why it is for the elevation into the self realization. By the different paths are there, by the different yogas are there in the Bhagavad-gita. Just Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. But hearing, it is more into the Bhakti Yoga than any other processes. So this is a chain of the shlokas are mentioned in this, where we can just see that this is 1 point. Here the shlokas like that. Shranautam swakatha Krishnam punya shravana kirtana pradhyantas abhadrani mithunoti surusvatam. When the hearing starts, about whom? Swakatha Krishna, Krishna's own pastimes. punya shravana kirtana, hrudayantas abhadrani. Then what it happens is abhadra, the malicious things in the heart, with who noti, it has been completely washed off. Then nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatir uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati ahetu naishtaki. It is nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. It is again, it is been called as a nashta prayeshu. Abhadras are been removed when we are hearing the Krishna Katha regular, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Then it has been mentioned that Tada Rajastamo Bhava, Kama Lobha Dayashchaye, Chetayeter Anavithya, Sitam Satve Prasidati. It has been mentioned that the ultimate enemy of the human beings is a Kama. It's been eradicated. And then the affiliation of the Kama comes from the Lobha. The Kama, Lobha, Dayashchaye, it has been completely eradicated. And one person, this is Kama and Lobha in the mode of passion. And when it is been eradicated, then what? Shitam Satve Prasidati, the person goes into the mode of goodness. And then what? Evam Prasanna Manaso, Bhagavad Bhakti Yogata, Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana, Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Then that person in the mood of going to the Mukta Sangha, not he is shaking the bondages of the three modes. And then ultimately it happens that Bhidyate Ardhyas Granthi Chindante Sarva Samshaya Kshiyante Chansa Karmani Drishta Evatma Vishwa. Then there are doubts. The doubts are being eradicated. So the hearing eradicates the doubts. That is a process. By the hearing, Bhidyate Ardhya Granthis Chindante Sarva Samshaya. Sarva Samshaya. So Bhidyate means tear off. Ardhya Granthis. There are so many granthis, there are so many knots are there because of the doubts. Yeah, ऐसा होता है क्या? Is there a God? Is there the Supreme Personality of God? Who has created this world? Is there a person? How reincarnation happens? Why I am getting this body? Why there are so many sufferings in the world? Bhidyate Ardhya Granthis Chindante Sarva Samshaya Kshiyante Chansa Karmani Drishta. So this is the process. It happens by this. And that impurities are wiped, situated in the pure goodness. That is the shlokas we have seen. And then by that complete knowledge of the absolute truth is been established. So concentrating and focusing the mind on the Krishna and hearing about the Krishna, this is whole process happens. Bhidyate Ardhya Granthi, ultimately. And that person is in Sitam Satve Prasidati. So this is the whole, it starts with the Tachrunu. It starts with the hearing. So what it happens? This is like whole flow is there. First one is the Tachrunu Machitta. This is like, then it is like Maya Sakta Mana Partha. Then Asam Shayam Samagramma. Samagramma means what? He gains the knowledge. As per the 2.8.5, says Pravishta Karnarandhan, I feel it is. Savan Bhavan Asaroruham Dhunoti Samalam Krishna Salilasya Yatha. I feel it is the same shloka. So that is 2.8.5. So, Pravishta Karna Randhena, Swanam Bhava Saroruham, Dhunoti Shamalam Krishna, Salilasya Tashara. When the hearing goes inside the ears, Pravishta Karna Randhena, then what? Swanan Bhava Saroruham. Then this is like the cleansing process is happening. And then it cleans the heart, it cleans the every limb of the body, it cleans the whole existence. Like the Salila se Yathashara. When the Sharad Rutu is pouring the rain on the streets, on the road, on the cities, then it is thoroughly cleaning every area. Just like the Krishna's holy name enters, when we hear about a Krishna, then it is cleaning whole the existence. So that is the thing. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pruta, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So it is getting the knowledge. And then afterward, asamshayam, become free from doubts. When the knowledge arrives, Divya Gyan Rudhe Prakashito, Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite, Avidya Vinasha Jate. Avidya, this is ignorance in the form of doubts, ignorance in the form of this is tamasa. It is completely washed off. Then what? Then he will be taking the Madashraya. The whole shloka has been divided like this. Now you can understand even though it is Tashruna is the last word. Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya. Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Nyasid Tashrunu. But the Tashrunu starts up the process. When we hear, then we will be getting the knowledge, then we will be becoming free from doubt, then want to surrender. Unless one is free from doubt, he will not be wholeheartedly surrendering. Isn't it? The person, he is having some doubts. If I would like to go to some places in Hyderabad, I'm a very new person and somebody has given me a road map. Nowadays it is Google map is there, but olden days actually the Google map was not there. So that in that scenario, if somebody is giving me the address of the Gachibowli, so I will be checking with that okay, while going to the Gachibowli, this place comes at Abits is coming, or some other places is coming, and then I'm seeing that okay, oh, this place has come, so it is right. I'm on right track. So the doubts are not there. If I am on a right path, then the people will be like the person who is traveling. He is getting the confidence and he is getting the faith that I am on right path. But if the things are not going in the right direction, then I may be asking that, oh, after half an hour traveling, this place has not come. So whether I am there on a right track. So the speed will be slowed down. So the doubts are there, the path is not clear, then the progress will be very slow. And when gets free from the doubt, then he will take the shelter very fast. And then he will be taking us, taking to the process of Bhakti Yoga. Yogam Yunjan. And then Maya Saktamana Partha will be happening. When the Tashrunu will be starting, then the Maya Sakta will happen. How the Maya Sakti will happen? With the process of tashrunu. So the last word is the abhideya to start the first word. The people ask the question that how the attachment to the Krishna will happen. Attachment to the Krishna will happen when we start hearing about him. The best example is what? Mother Rukmini. The Mother Rukmini was constantly hearing about the Krishna Katha. She never saw Krishna. She saw Krishna through the ears, and she got attachment. So by that, they were in touch. And then she got this hankering that I would like to marry, if I would like to marry in this world to somebody, then why I will not be marrying a person who is having the veins in his body. The person will be aging. The person will be having a dirty look over a period of time. I don't want to marry such a person in my life. And she requested Krishna by writing down a first love letter of him, that if you want me to be alive, you please come and rescue me from this whole existence. And Krishna came. So it started with the Tashrunu, and she got attached. She got attached with the Lords. So that is the same process we have to do. We have to constantly hear about the Krishna. We have to chant his name. We have to hear the Krishna Katha. We have to hear the Krishna's philosophy. We have to hear the Bhagavadgita, understand it. Then we will be getting or developing a test about the Krishna consciousness. 9 processes of the devotional service. The first one is, this is 7.5.22 to 23 to 24. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Archanam Pada Sevanam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. This, and there are the acharyas for every processes. 9 processes are there. The first one is starts with the hearing. So that's why it is Tashrunu is really important. Hearing about the Lord. And who is the acharya for that? Maharaj Parikshit. He never became thirsty during those 7 days. He never said that, wait. I need some gap. I need some break. He understood that now it is the hearing only will rescue me. He hearing about the Krishna, he was so absorbed. He forgot the bodily existence. And as the hearer, the person who is glorifying or who is telling the Krishna Katha, that person also will become engrossed. Shukdev Goswami also thought that like he is so eager to hear. So Shukdev Goswami also was eager to speak. So the Acharya of the Kirtanam is a Shukdev Goswami. And the personality who is quoting this shloka, the Prahlad Maharaj, himself is the Acharya of remembering. Smaranam. When a person hears, when a person chants, then only he can able to remember. The remembrance doesn't come like that. So whole thing starts with the hearing. When we hear the glories, then we will be chanting the glories. When we chant the glories, that time we will be remembering this. And when we are remembering, that time only we will be able to serve that. That time only we will be able to the archana. For the deity worship, the Manasa Puja is required. Manas Puja is what? Remembering. Manas Puja, for the deity worship, the Bija mantras actually has to be chanted. Then what is that? Chanting is required. And the deity worship in a right mood, one has to perform. Then he has to understand these are not idols. ये कुछ मूर्तियां नहीं है. For that, hearing is required. So hearing, chanting, remembering, and the service attitude is required. Then only a person can become a good pujari, or else he will do the mistakes. He will do the offenses towards the deities. Oh, why I am serving the idols? Or else he will treat the deities as an idol. Then the praying, the vandanam starts. In front of the deities, a person should pray. And what the prayers should be. If we are not understanding, if we are not understanding the deities are the Sakshadhari, we have not sufficiently heard about the deities. We have not sufficiently chanted the glories of the holy name or the Lord. We have not remembered. We have not served. Then how we can pray? Then the dasyam. Then a person would like to constantly serve the Lord in the servitorship mood. Then the stages will follow that Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. It is not easy. So the first step starts with the preliminary understanding, that hearing, tashrunu. So that's why the Krishna is mentioning that Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashriya Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Nyasasi Tashrunu. Please hear. Hearing is having the importance. And hearing about whom? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That will help us. Somebody can read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you. Sri Prabhupada, in the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit soul, capable of elevating himself to self-realization by different types of yogas. At the end of 6th chapter, clearly stated, Krishna consciousness is the highest form of yoga.
Yeah.
Gist of the 7th chapter, the nature of Krishna consciousness. B. Krishna is full in all opulences, and how he manifests such opulence is described. C. Also, 4 kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna, and 4 kinds of unfortunate people who never take to Krishna are described in this chapter.
Yeah. So it is a summary by Srila Prabhupada. Please read this.
Middle 6 chapters, 2 types of bhakti. A. The bhakti which
Vishwanath Thakur.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. A. The bhakti which yields salokya and other types of liberation by being either without desire or with desire. Because mixture of karma, jnana and other elements. B. Main type of bhakti which yields liberation in the form of of the Lord with prema. 1. Independent of karma, jnana and other process. Second point, independently yields all goals such as Svarga and Moksha without performance of any other processes. Bhakti Vinod Baldev Maharaj.
Baldev Vidyabhushan.
Baldev Vidyabhushan. Sorry. Middle 6th chapter speaks of Swarupa of Lord, the object of worship and the means to realize him.
Yeah. So it is middle six chapters. It is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that bhakti which yields salokya and other types of liberation by being either without desire or with desire. So without desire means it is not that the devotees are desiring for the salokya, but their practices may yield to that. So it is a mixed devotional service. Generally, this 7th chapter is a mixed one. It is not it is a pious and impious people. Their nature is been talked here. So it is jnana and karma vivarjita bhakti. It is called as karma.
We lost you for a few seconds, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, we are not able to hear you.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I think we lost you for a couple of seconds in between. I think now you are back.
Okay. I again request you that please put on your cameras, Prabhu. Everyone can put on their cameras on. Many devotees' camera is off. Almost all. Somebody can read this.
Okay,
Yes,
Mataji,
Prabhuji.
go ahead.
Can I read too?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji.
The superiority or glory of bhakti and Bhagavan realization. Other processes are incomplete without bhakti. By concentrating one's mind upon Krishna, one is able to know the absolute truth completely, but not otherwise. In comparison to knowledge about me in my personal form, which is complete, samagram, this knowledge of impersonal Brahman is incomplete. Therefore, you will know me completely, samagram mam, without doubt.
Yeah. Other processes are incomplete without bhakti. So it has been thoroughly mentioned by Srila Prabhupada that says without bhakti, the other processes we cannot do it at all. By concentrating the mind on the Krishna, is it possible Ashtanga Yoga just to focus on the Brahman? It is not possible. And how it is not possible? One has to hear about him. One has to glorify him. One has to remember, then serve in the mood. Then only he will be allowing us to focus on him. So 9 process, Navida Bhakti is required. Then only the Krishna will allow that you can focus on me. It is not by the Jnana Yoga only. I would like to understand Krishna, and that by that way, Naiti process, by that only I can understand. No, it is not that. It is not mind's game to understand Krishna and focus on him. So, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, by that way, we cannot focus on the Krishna or put full attention over Krishna. Yeah, please go on reading this one.
Other processes are insignificant without bhakti. Without bhakti, jnana and ashtanga are insignificant. The accomplishment of liberation in these processes is only due to the influence of Bhakti. Bhakti alone is beyond the modes. Bhaktyaham ekaya grahya. I am obtained only by Bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.14.11. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yas chasmi tattvataha. I can be known as I am only by Bhakti. Bhagavadgita 18.55. Everything that can be achieved by fruitive activities, penance, knowledge, detachment, mystic yoga, charity, religious duties, and all other means of perfecting life is easily achieved by my devotee through loving service unto me. If somehow or other my devotee desires promotion to heaven, liberation, or residence in my abode, he easily achieves such benedictions.
So this shloka is yat karmabhir yat tapasa jnana vairagyaschatyat yogena dana dharmena shreyobhir itarapi. This is what sort of the knowledge or the vairagya or the jnana you are having, what sort of the tapasa you may be doing. It is not, it will not lead you towards the ultimate goal of life. Sarvam mad bhakti yogena mad bhakto labhate Arjuna swarga parvarena mad dhama kathanchit yad vanchati. It is by that everything that can be achieved by the fruitive activities, penances, knowledge, detachment, mystic yoga, whatever, or the religious duties, other means of perfecting is easily achieved by my devotee because he has done everything just to please me. He has done everything. He has chanted my name. He has chanted my glories. He has spread my name. He is having full faith on me. So that's why he will able to achieve whatever the things the mundane people would like to achieve through this penances, through this tapasa, to this religious principles. That is everything the Krishna's devotees just achieve by this chanting the holy name or the hearing about the Lord, like that.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
Prabhuji, this first part, liberation, the Gyanis and yogis who attain liberation, is that meaning that there has to be some bhakti, only then they'll be liberated? Is that the meaning of this first part?
They will be getting, this is the jnana, without bhakti, jnana and ashtanga are insignificant.
Yeah, but they can still get liberation, right? With those two?
Not with the bhakti, but the bhakti includes, like they are doing something, but it's indirect. This is like the influence of the bhakti is there. They are chanting the holy name indirectly. They are trying to focus on the Lord by somehow or other way. And that if they somehow or other they are perfected in that, then they will be getting the impersonal liberation.
So just by themselves they cannot liberate. Jnana and ashtanga.
Yeah, bhakti is the super state.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, please go on reading this one.
Revelation of everything. Full and scientific knowledge is Krishna, and everything is revealed to the person in KC. In complete Krishna consciousness, bro. In complete Krishna consciousness, one knows that Krishna is ultimate knowledge beyond any doubts. By Krishna consciousness, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, their manifestations, and paraphernalia. Their manifestations with paraphernalia.
So there are 5 topics of the Gita. One is Bhagwan, or the God. Second one is a living entity. Third one is a time. Fourth one is a material nature. And the fifth one is karma. the material manifestation. So the karma is not been mentioned here, but the four things are mentioned.
Srila Prabhupada, the process of hearing, the most essential, devotional service is rendered in any of the 9 processes, of which Shravanam is the most essential. How to hear? From the right authority. The Lord therefore says to Arjuna, Tashrunu, or hear from me. No one can be greater authority than Krishna, and therefore by hearing from him, one receives the greatest opportunity to become a perfectly Krishna conscious person. One has therefore to learn from Krishna directly or from a pure devotee of Krishna and not from a non-devotee upstart puffed up with academic education.
So that's why it is disciplic succession plays a very vital role. It has been said that mantraste nishfal mata. What is called it is mantraste nishfal mata means without a proper guru shishya parampara vihinate mantraste nishfal mata. If one is chanting the holy name, but the parampara is not there, it has been said that this is a nishphala. It may be having some effect, but from a proper authentic sampradaya, if one is getting a diksha and getting the mantra, then it is having the value. So the same knowledge one is getting from the Krishna and then from the Guru Shishya Parampara, then the knowledge is intact. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshe so kale neha mata yoga nashtapranda. By the time lapse, this parampara is been distorted. So again to reform it, that Krishna is giving this knowledge. So Krishna is also valuing the Guru Shishya Parampara. To establish that, he is giving the knowledge. So the knowledge through this parampara, that's why we can say it is as it is. Bhagavadgita as it is. It is not been what I understood. It is not like that. Krishna spoke this way and we have understood it and we have passed down this message to the next generation also. So like that, our generation is getting the knowledge. The previous acharyas has kept the parampara intact. They have not added something. So that's why the as it is, we can say that. So the same way is like what will happen by hearing. The righteousness, the righteous one who hears Shranavatam, Krishna within the heart cleanses the heart. Hridayantasya yabhadrani vidhunoti. This is the process which will happen when we hear about Krishna. The Krishna will Hridayantasya yabhadrani vidhunoti. He will be wash the abhadras. Devotee develops his dormant transcendental knowledge, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. When this is Vidhunoti will happen, then the Nityam Bhagavata Seva will arise. By more hearing becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Bhakti Bhavati Nashtaki. Nashtaki Bhakti. Nashtaki means it is without any disturbance. So it is called as a Naishtiki Brahmachari also. Naishtiki Brahmachari means he is not been deterred by the material opulences, material glittering of this world. He is focused, Naishtiki. So the Naishtiki Bhakti will be there. Freed from the modes of the passion and ignorance. Tada rajasamo bhata. When the Naishtiki Bhakti will arise, then the passion and ignorance will not be having any place to sit. material lust and avarice are diminished, then what? The passion and ignorance is no more. Then the lakshana of the passion and ignorance is kama lobha will not stay. Candidate remains steady in pure goodness. Sitam satve prasidati. When the goodness will arise, becomes enlivened by the devotional service. Evam parampara. Evam prasanna manasu. Evam prasanna manasu. Then he is enlivened. It is for him, every day is the charming day for the practicing the devotional life. What I will do, what way I can serve the Lord. There are different ways he will be trying to serve with enthusiasm. Understands the science of God perfectly. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. And Bhakti Yoga serves the, it is serious the thoughts and of the material affection. Bhidyan, this is like the final blow. Bhidyante, Hridayaskanti, Chindante, Sarvasamshaya. Says all the doubts will be cut down to ashes. And then that afterwards enable one to come to the stage of the asamshayam samagramma. So by hearing to the asamshayam samagramma, this is the process. And then when the asamshayam samagramma happens, then the maya sakti is happening. When the doubts are cleared, then the person goes very fast to the asakti. So there is doubts are there, which are the obstacles for the progressing in the devotional path. When the doubts are been cleared, then that person will be maya sakta manapartha. Somebody can read this.
Yes, Prabhuji. Vishwanath Chaitanya Thakur. Can anyone attain liberation without bhakti? The Shruti says, Tam eva viditva ati mrutyam eti. Knowing it, one surpasses death. Sveshta Swatara Upanishad 6.15. How can you then say that without knowledge, just by bhakti, one attains liberation? This is not a correct conclusion. Tat means Paramatma, not Atma. By having direct knowledge of Paramatma, one surpasses death. Cause of tasting Parabrahman is bhakti, just as the cause of tasting sugar is the tongue, not the eye or ear. Bhakti alone is beyond the gunas. It is possible to grasp the Brahman, which is beyond the gunas, only by the process of bhakti, which is also beyond the gunas, and not by sattvic knowledge of the Atma, being different from the body, Atma Jnana.
So by the knowledge, only one can surpasses the death. So the knowledge comes, how it comes is by the hearing. By the hearing, one gets the knowledge. So the same process. Tashrunu maya sakta manapartham yogam yunjan madashraya. Asamshayam is crossed. Asamshayam samagram is, which is a doubt. Asamshayam is been crossed. And how the asamshayam is been crossed by the knowledge. And how the knowledge is been established, it is by the hearing. So by that only one is getting attached to the Lord, Maya Sakta. And when a person is Maya Sakta, then only he can surpass the death. So this 7.1 is the formula for surpassing the death. One becomes Maya Sakta, one becomes Asakta to Krishna, then he will easily surpass the death. Maya Sakta Manapartha, Yogam Yunjan Madashte. So he is attached with the yoga, bhakti yoga. Then only he is Maya Sakta. And He is asamshayam samagramma. He is asamshayam means he is not having any doubts, and he is in knowledge. And because of the tashrunu process he has done thoroughly, then only he is having the knowledge. So this is the whole process to go beyond the death, or surpasses the death. Yeah, please read this.
Bhakti is competent to give liberation alone. By Bhakti alone, without Paramatma knowledge arising through Bhakti. Example, eating Matsyandika which cannot be tasted due to malfunction of
Sandika
the
means
tongue.
sugar candy.
Sugar candy. Two results. Gradually taste is restored, the sickness is destroyed. Reference, Yovai sadhana sampatti purushartha chatushthaye taya vina tad apnoti naro narayana shrayaha. Reference, Srimad Bhagavatam 11.20, 11th canto, 20th chapter, 32 to 33 shlokas. Even without performing actions for attaining the four Purusharthas, Ardha, Dharma, Kama and Moksha, the person who surrenders to Narayana attains the goal. Yan nama sakruchravanat pukhaso api vimuchyate samsarat. Reference, Srimad Bhagavatam 6th canto, 16 chapter, 44 shloka. Not to speak of seeing you personally, merely by hearing the holy name of your lordship only once, even Chandalas, men of the lowest class, are freed from samsara. Hare Krishna.
Next one you can read.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur depends upon the attachment. Just as by eating a handful of food, one does not attain satisfaction or nourishment, but by taking a lot of food, one does get satisfaction and nourishment. When you have attained the stage of attachment to me, Maya Ashakta Manaha, in my form of Shyamasundara with yellow cloth, you will know me. Hear how Yatha, you will realize me clearly. What type of yoga is this? You will gradually attain a relationship with me. Samyogam Yunjan. You will take shelter of me alone, not karma or jnana. Mad Ashraya. Since you are my Ananya Bhakta, you will be absolutely without doubt about which is better, my impersonal aspect or my personal aspect, as indicated later in chapter 12 with my words. Klesho
avyaktastasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehanobhir avapte. Yeah.
Those who are attached to the impersonal aspect endure great difficulties. The impersonal goal gives difficulties for one, a body. Bhagavadgita 12.5.
So what is the asamshayam here in the C, point C, it has been mentioned. You will be absolutely without doubt about which is better, my impersonal aspect or my personal aspect, as indicated later in the chapter 12 with my words. So he is saying that what is the asamshayam? The doubt is what which lingers in the mind of the sadhaka, that whether the Lord is impersonal or the personal. So that will be thoroughly clear. There will not be doubt whether the Lord is impersonal or the personal. Next one, somebody can read this. Again, this is like so many video cameras are put off. Prabhu, so many, the people are putting off the cameras. Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Dasharaj Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. I'm there.
So many cameras are actually put off. I'm making so many announcements. Please.
I know. Prabhujan Mataji, can you please switch on the cameras?
Let it be there together. We are studying this Bhakti Shastra. Yeah, please read this.
Maya, Baldev Vidyabhushan says, Maya Sakta Manaha, with your mind completely absorbed in me, who am the speaker and the object of your worship. SS is who, Prabhu?
Sridhar Swami. Sorry.
Sridhar Swami. My mind attached and absorbed in me. Mad Ashraya. You or any other similar person who takes shelter of me with exclusive love in the any of the 4 higher rasas, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya or Madhurya.
Okay,
That
it
is
is
Swami.
in Sanskrit, so that's why you are not able to read.
Yes, Prabhuji. I can try.
Somebody can read the Sanskrit.
Dashraya.
Vashrayo hame vashrayo
Me Vashrayo.
jnananya shranam sanyogam yunjanna bhasyan ashamshayam yata bhavatyeva ma samagram vibhuti baleshwaryadi sahitam yatha nyasasit tadidam maya vakshamanum shunu. So Baldev Vidyabhushan is writing the commentary on the Maya Sakta Mana. With your mind completely absorbed in me, who am the speaker and the object of your worship. He is saying that I am the object of your worship. So Maya Sakta means what? You should not be only Asakta, but you should serve also. I am the object of your worship. Asakta means it is not just only love, 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 love. It is not like that. It is like you are very good to me, you know. Asakta means it is that you have to serve me. It is not in a wrong context. One should take this word asakta. I am very much asakta with the Lord. I am very much attached with the Lord. Attachment means to what? To serve. Love means to serve. So the Lord and devotees are clearly mentioning here that when you say that I am attached to you, means how can I serve you? Whenever Srila Prabhupada used to meet his spiritual master, his divine grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Pad, he used to ask one question only: how can I serve you? How can I serve you? And he practically served. It is not only the verbal things he used to say that. How can I serve you, Master? How can I serve you, Master? What a service he has rendered. He has just, his spiritual master spoke he instructed that whenever you get the money, print the books. For that, BBT is there. One unique institution he has established. You are a English-speaking young boy. Why don't you preach the message of Godhead in America? And he established his ISKCON for that. The two institutions are the two instructions of his spiritual master. And it has been proven. It is not only a verbal exercise. How can I serve you? How can I serve you? The Krishna says that if you would like to be attached with me, you have to serve me. Madashraya, you or any other similar person who takes shelter of me with exclusive love in any of the 4 higher rasas, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya or Madhurya. So why the Shanta is not there? In the Shanta rasa, there is no that much service, or there is no that much reciprocation. So Ashrayam is you have to be dependent on me. Take a refuge in me. Be a dependent person. It means dependent means it is not a burden. Oh Krishna, I am dependent on you. No, I am dependent, but I am doing the service to yours. Dependency it should not be a burden over Krishna. Dependency is from the heart. It is without you, nothing will happen in my life. How can I? It's like yoga itam nimishena chakshusha pravashanta shunya itam jagat sarvam govindam virahena. Just without you, how can I live in this world? I am really dependent on you. In every terms, I'm just dependent on you. But it is not to become a parasite. Generally, the dependency is been compared as a parasite. So it is not a parasite way, the dependence. It is to serve. It is in a serving way and expressing our heart that I am really nothing without you. Oh Krishna, I'm really nothing without you. Second shloka. Please.
Anybody wants to read?
Yeah, I would like to chant this shloka and then you can repeat after me. Jnanam teham savijnanam
Jnanam teham savijnanam
idam vakshama sheshata
idam
vakshama
Vakshama
yajñatva neho bhuyonya
yajñatva neham bhuyonim
ज्ञातव्यम अवशिष्यते.
ज्ञातव्यम
avashishyate.
Somebody can read the translation, both the translations.
Translation 7.2. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, but both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Vishwanath Chaturthi Thakur, Baladev Vidyabhushan. Translation. I will explain to you knowledge of my powers, jnana, along with the knowledge of my sweetness, vijnana, knowing which nothing else remains to be known. Vishwanath Chaturthi Thakur, knowledge of impersonal realization also included in it.
Yeah. So it is this shloka generally we used to quote to compare with the other faiths like the Mohammedans and the Christians, where Jesus says that there are so many things I have to tell, but right now I cannot tell you. And here the Krishna is saying that since there is no other thing is left when you understand this thing. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and nameless. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Everything is I'm telling you. So jnana and vijnana, I will explain to you the knowledge of my powers. So the Krishna is saying that jnana means the powers along with the knowledge of my sweetness, vijnana. Baladev Vidyabhushan says that, knowing which nothing else will remain to be known. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the knowledge of impersonal relation also included in it. Impersonal realization, the knowledge and jnana is also there. So no need to go anywhere for the impersonal. For there is a reference of any other grantha, the person, there is like the Gita. No, everything is included in this. The phenomenal and nominal knowledge is not. So it is a flow chart, the same thing. Somebody can read this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Vishwanath
Chakravarti Thakur Pad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. The devotee understands the Lord's powers, Jnanam. After that, he realizes the Lord's sweetness, Vijnanam. Thus, the devotee attains the stage of attachment to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada. Complete knowledge. What is it? knowledge of the phenomenal world, spirit behind it, and the source of both of them, also called transcendental knowledge. Qualification to receive, being Krishna's devotee and friend. Reference Bhagavad-Gita, 4th chapter, 3rd verse. Method to attain, only in disciplic succession directly from the Lord. Result of attaining, everything knowable becomes known, nothing remain unknown. Reference Kasminnu Bhagavo Vignate Sarvam Idam Vignatam Bhavatiti.
So the devotee understands the Lord's power, the jnanam, and then it is been realized. After that, he realizes the Lord's sweetness. The Lord is not only the powerful, but he is sweet also. There is a rare combination. Sometimes the people are sweet, but they are not powerful. And sometimes the powerful people are not sweet. So, but the Krishna is a sweet and Krishna is a powerful. So that's why it is Bhagavatam, 10th canto is a sweetness. And the remaining cantos, like the fifth cantos, second canto, it is the majesty of the Lord. This is like the greatness of the Lord, the powerfulness of the Lord. So the sweetness, it is there in the 10th. So that's why it is not only one aspect of the Lord, we have to test it. The powerful, how powerful he is, that also one can understand. Not only how powerful he is, one can understand only, but how sweet also he is, that also one can understand. Thus the devotee attains the stage of attachment with the Krishna. Sometimes we are attached with the power, like the politicians, how big, how the personality is like that, how much influence he is having, what not he can do it. And sometimes we are attached with the sweetness of the personality, how he is loving, how he is caring, how he is involved in my life. Even though he may not be that much influence, like the influential, he may not be having that much power. But a person is caring for us, he is nourishing me, he is there always thinking about me. That feeling gives a soothing feeling for the heart. So that feeling Krishna gives for everyone. So that's why the sweet Lord, who is like a mother, and a powerful personality is like a father. The father is a powerful person. The mother is always caring. So it is the Krishna is a father and a mother for everyone. Tameva mata pita tameva. Tameva vidya samam traveva. Tameva sarvam mama deva deva. It has been said like that. You are my father, you are my mother. So father means he is a powerful. The powerful personality is, there is a fatherly personalities, and loving personality, we always remember about our mother. अरे मेरी माँ भी ऐसे मुझे प्रेम करती है. Generally, the brahmacharis feel that whenever some matajis are making some food preparation for them, and they are asking that, Prabhu, will you please come to my home and we will be serving you some prasadam, hot prasadam. And after honoring the prasadam, some brahmacharis feel that she is a motherly personality. Because in my childhood days, I used to take the prasadam from my mother's hand like that. And somebody is like the influential, like the managers in the temple. they are showing off the powers, the management powers. So it is like that the people take shelter of them. That because of this personality, the whole atmosphere or the community is moving, the temple president or something. So it is not a motherly nature, it is the fatherly nature. It is like to protect the protect the community, to protect the society. The father protects the home. The father protects the kids' environment. Is he safe? Is he having the money? Is he having the facilities? The same way the Krishna is providing the facilities in this material world, and Krishna is taking interest in everyone's life. Are you really, it's like, are you safe, or are you taken care? So that way the mother and father combination is a Krishna. Yeah, please go on reading this one.
Gnana. Baladev Vidyabhushan, Gnana, Lord spiritual and material energies, Jiva and material Prakriti. Prabhuji, yes.
Sridhar Swami.
Sridhar Swami, knowledge of the Lord derived from the scriptures, Gnana Shastriyam. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, Lord's powers. Second one, Vignana. Baldev Vidyabhushan, Vignana. Knowledge of Lord's Swarupa apart from those energies. His form and pastimes in spiritual world not related to material creation. Sridhar Swami, realization. Vignana Manu Bhavastata Sahitam. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, Lord's sweetness. Ramanuja, Sri Krishna declares that this knowledge which will now be taught is difficult to attain. Hare Krishna.
So the Baldevidya Bhushan says that Jnana means what? Lord's spiritual and material energies. Means what? Jiva and material Prakriti. We are also his energy. Jiva and this material nature, which is called as a Jnana, as per the Baldevidya Bhushan. And as per the Baldevidya Bhushan, the Vijnana is what? Knowledge of the Lord's Swarupa apart from those energies. So the Vijnana is Lord's original nature, or the Swarupa. So that is the Vijnana as per the Baldevidya Bhushan. Sridhar Swami says that knowledge of the Lord derived from the scriptures. So this is the knowledge which is coming from the scriptures or the Vedas. It is called as Jnana, and Vijnana is a realization of the knowledge of that Vedic scripture, what we have understood and realized. That is a Vijnana. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Lord's powers are the knowledge or the Jnana, and the Lord's sweetness is a Vijnana. So that's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is been called as the Rasika Acharya. Nobody has given such commentaries, sweetness of the Lord and the powers of the Lord, Jnana and Vijnana. So he's really a sweet Acharya. So the third shloka. Manushyanam sahastreshu
Manushyanam sahastreshu
Kashchid yatati siddhaye
Kashchit yatati siddhaye
Yatatam api siddhanam
Yatatam api siddhanam
Kashchin ma veti tatvata.
Kashchinam veti tattvatam.
Yeah, please go on reading the translation.
Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows truth. Translation. Yes, Prabhuji.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan translation. Please read.
Among thousands of men, some attain success in their endeavors. Among those who attain success, hardly anyone knows me.
So this is where rare. The bhakti is very rare, and those who take the devotional service, amongst them, those who attain the devotional service, they are very rare. There is a flow chart.
So, Prabhu, in that sentence, what exactly does perfection mean, Prabhu? Yeah.
Perfection means those who achieve the Shuddha Bhakti.
Pure devotional service. So, out of those who achieve pure devotional service, only one knows me in truth, is saying?
Yeah, it's like the see, out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And out of those who have achieved the perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. So it's like it has been said that the personality, like there are many paths of the practicing the yoga. One may take the devotional path, and one may be out of that thousands. One of them will attain the success, or very rarely the people will be attaining the success. So the pure devotional service is the rarest thing.
Yes. Thank you.
Because there is in this chapter the jnana karma mishra bhakti many people may be doing. So there is karma mishra, jnana mishra. They may be doing the devotional service, but they will not be actually understanding the Lord perfectly. It is a
Thank you.
chart. Somebody can read this.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What does it say, Prabhuji? I can't see this. This verse talks about Lord's sweetness, Vijnanam. Srila Prabhupada, Krishna can be known only by devotees. Why? A, other parts are easier. Other transcendentalists may achieve impersonal Brahman realization, for this is easier than understanding Krishna. Chapter 1 to 6. B, knowledge of Krishna is beyond the knowledge of Brahman and Paramatma. C, most of the people are simply engaged in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Out of thousands, one may be sufficiently interested in self-realization. D, people following other paths are confused. The yogis and jnanis are confused in their attempt to understand Krishna. Example, Sripad Shankaracharya, the greatest of the impersonalists, had admitted in his Gita commentary that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but his followers don't accept because it was very difficult to know him. Krishna is the cause of all causes. Very difficult for the non-devotees to know him. Reference Ishvara Parama Krishna.
So this verse talks about the Lord's sweetness, Vijnana. So it is a Vijnana. What is called the sweetness by the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur path. Krishna can be only known by the devotees. It's not by any other personalities. So it is not talking about the power of the Krishna, like the powers of the Krishna, but it is a sweetness. Krishna is accessible for the devotees only. Other paths are easier. It's like it looks like that other paths are not easier. Other paths are difficult. Why it has been mentioned that other paths are easier? Impersonal realization, and so it is like sixth chapter. Is it easier than the seventh one? For the devotees, generally it looks like the sixth one is really difficult. But the practice, it is like whatever it looks very simple, over a period of time, so long duration of time, it is quite difficult. And whatever it looks very hard, after some time, it is very easy. The simple thing to do over a period of time, it requires more focus and the concentration, because it is more simple. The people feel that क्या है इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं करने के लिए. So the devotional life is very chanting, then singing, dancing. It looks very easy, but it is constantly doing that thing. It requires a patience. It requires real faith. So that's why Krishna says that it is, even though this is like the devotional path is very simple, but it is not easy.
Srila Prabhupada, is bhakti easy? Non-devotees claim like that, but they don't practice. Why do they take a difficult path? Actually, the path of bhakti is not easy. So-called path of bhakti practiced by unauthorized persons without knowledge of bhakti may be easy, but when it is practiced factually according to the rules and regulations, the speculative scholars and philosophers all fall away from the path. Reference Srila Rupa Goswami writes in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidhim Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpataya Eva Kalpate. Devotional service of the Lord that ignores the authorized Vedic literatures like the Upanishad, Puranas, and Narad Pancharatra is simply an unnecessary disturbance in society. Therefore, unless one practices devotional service to the Lord, one cannot know Krishna as he is, Tatvata, even though one is a great scholar or philosopher. He is the best, he is the last word in Brahman realization, and the devotees alone can realize him as he is.
So it is not easy. It is ekantika bhaktir utpadeva kalpati. It is like those who are not following the devotional service. This is like hours from the Shruti and Smriti. They are doing just utpada. The whole thing is a disturbance in the society. It looks like it is like the sahajiya. As per their understanding, they are doing the devotional life. But it is really a disturbance in the society. Sahajiya bhakti. There's like there are 14 sects. Is a apasampradaya. It is a utpada bhakti. It is utpada only. It is this whole thing is a disturbance. Sakhi Bheki, there's Gauranganagri, there's all the apasampradayas are. This is utpada only. Because it is Shruti Smriti Puranati, Pancharatrika Vidhim Vina. It is Vidhim Vina. It is not having the Vidhi. Who has mentioned them to how they can practice? Jainitai Gora, Radhesham, Japa Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Where is this mantra is being written? As per their understanding, they are doing something. Even though it is the mantra of the holy name. It is like Nitai Gaura Chandra Hare Krishna Hare Ram, but it is not a clear mantra where it is not been mentioned. Yeah, please read this.
Who's VCT, Prabhuji?
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Krishna Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan. Countless jivas in high and low bodies. One may be a human among thousands of humans qualified for scriptures. One may work for spiritual progress. Vishwanath Baldev Vidyabhushan for seeing Atma and Paramatma. Among thousands of above, who attains realization of Atma and Paramatma, one will only know me. One will only realize me in the form of Shyam Sundar, in the form of Krishna, who takes milk from Yashoda's breast and who is now your chariot driver. Such a person realizes Krishna as a processor of unlimited energies, jewel of auspicious qualities, and as a complete expression of Brahman.
So it is Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Manushyanam matlab is like countless jivas are there. Out of them, one is called as Manushya. There are some Manushas looks like Manushya, but they are the animal tendencies. In a Manushya body, in a human body, there are many people, there are many jivatmas out there, but they are having the animalistic tendencies. Out of such thousands and millions of the people. One who is really a Manushya, he is having the human nature. One may be a human. Among thousands of humans qualified for scriptures, animalistic people will not turn to the scriptures. They will not read the scriptures. They will not follow the scriptures. They will be Maya, Pratagyana, Asuram, Yonishu. One may work for the spiritual progress. And Baldev Vidyabhushan says that they will be seeing the Atma and the Paramatma. Out of such humans, thousands of such the animalistic personalities, one may be a human. Out of these thousands of the humans, one may be reading the scriptures and understanding the Atma and the Paramatma. Among thousands of above, who attains the realization of the Atma and the Paramatma, he understands, and his knowledge, understanding, and realization. These are the three steps. First one is a knowledge, that understanding the Atma and Paramatma. It is the knowledge. Then he understands. It is like Atma and Paramatma is there. Then he realizes. Realization is not the ordinary thing. It is not that I just realize that I am the Atma and tomorrow I'm just forgetting that. Knowledge can be forgotten, but the realization cannot. Among thousands of above who attains the realization of the Atma and the Paramatma, one will only know me, and one will only realize me in the form of Shama Sundar. Know me in the form of the Shama Sundar. That is the understanding. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatadam siddhana kaschin ma veti tattvatat. He will be understanding that I am a Shama Sundar. How I look like. I am playing the flute. I am the cowherd boy. I'm been always surrounded by the gopis and the gopas and the cows and the peacock, and what I like and what I don't like. So that is also there. The next one.
This knowledge is rare. For whom? Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, for the Gyanis and Yogis who are described in the previous 6 chapters. Srila Prabhupada, it is not possible for the Brahma-realized impersonalist or the Paramatma-realized yogis to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda or the charioteer of Arjuna. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, first the Lord speaks of the rarity of realizing the sweetness of the Lord Vijnana among those persons. Not rare for devotees. Krishna is benevolently inclined to them. Srila Prabhupada, only the pure devotees can know something of the inconceivable transcendental nature of Krishna, as he is full with the 6 opulences of wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation, because Krishna is benevolently inclined to his devotees. Grace is essential. Other paths don't have this aspect. Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhavet graham indriya sevan mukhe hi jivvau swayam eva smriti. No one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him.
Yeah. The next one.
Sridhar Swami's devotion is essential. Without devotion for me, attaining knowledge about me is impossible. Mad bhaktim vina tu mad jnanam durlabh avityaya manushyanam miti. Although this knowledge about me is very rare, I will share it with you. Tadevam ati durlabh mapi mad jnanam tubhyayam vakshyami atyartha. Baldev Vidyabhushan Ramanuja Srila Prabhupada Sa Mahatmatsu Durlabha. This great soul is very rare. Mam tu Veda na kaschan. No one knows me. Muyati yat surya.
Yes. So what is a devotion is essential. And that is making a person very rare. The people may be having the knowledge about the Atma, but if it is not having the devotion, devotion means to love, love means to serve. That is not there. There are so many institutions in the world. They are speaking about the Vedas, but they are not practicing it. They are having the knowledge, but they have not realized, they are not having the realized knowledge about them. Realization means what to serve. Serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is missing. So that's why it is rare. Many people, there is a Arya Samajis, they are doing, but they are not worshipping the Lord. They are having the Vedas knowledge to some extent. Understand that. But where is a question of the service?
For whom? For the yogis and jnanis. Rare for them to realize the sweetness of the Lord. Why rare? Without devotion for me, attaining knowledge about me is impossible. Mad bhaktim vina tu mityanam durlabham ita itiyaha manushyanam iti can be revealed only by Krishna's grace. Reference Ata Shri Krishna Namadi. References. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha, this great soul is very rare. Mam tu Veda na Kashchan, no one knows me. Muhyati Yat Surya.
Hare Krishna. So is there having one question? I can take it, otherwise I can end. Since tomorrow it is exam for you, so I will not be exceeding like that. If having some quick question, then we can take the question or we can end up here. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Devanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.